Well, you definitely have to lean into the fact that they are decent. I'm going to stop saying lean. I keep saying lean. I think I've said lean about 6 times this broadcast, so no more lean. You hear me say it, pick me up on it. But TYLOO, this is a map they have played before. It is a map that they're quite good on in the Asian region. However, does that translate into an international scene? We're yet to find out, and this is the way we do so. It's the initial engagement toward Long. 3 players from TYLOO stacked there, and do have 2 players over on that B site, so they will be able to bolster down. Double down. Team Vitality, though, they are not wasting any time in making these moves.
Yeah, it's going to be a mid to B here for Vitality. Summer takes the aggressive peek out of doors. Gets his head ripped off. It's a good trade there. Well done by Alex, and has a little bit more work to do as Bentet starts to charge on up. He's helped out by Apex, dispatching of attacker. The bomber has still not yet been planted, and that's a crucial kill. With somebody going down, really frees up the angles. And now Bentet has to do it all his own on the B-bomb site. Does start off nicely, but couldn't connect onto Apex. So that'll be the pistol round for Vitality, and their first of this series.
For sure, I actually probably wouldn't have picked Bentet to hit that initial shot. Felt like there was a little bit too much of a rush and a little bit... I don't know. I lost my train of thought there.
That's all right.
I was gonna try and fix it, and just thought no, it'll sound worse. So we're just gonna continue on here. They do, however, buy up with a full investment, $550 left on Summer, so he might be saving for something a little bit later. But that is some upgraded pistols. They have head armor, which Mac 10s. It does give you an opportunity. He's actually found a tag there, Bentet. He gets away safely, though, in Vitality. Here comes another just like the other.
Yeah, Bentet and someone you could see were trying to get the boost going, but Vitality not interested at all. Great flash, but Freeman, he's even better. Straight through the smoke, straight through the flash. Freeman kills Alex. And then, well, it's all kind of going the way of Vitality after that, but it was a moment of hope for TYLOO, and still a little bit of hope.
Yeah,
28, 25, 25, and there's definitely some low HP players on this Vitality side. Shocks, a little bit messy, but he gets the job done. And now it's a 2v1. Here for somebody. I think TYLOO can be pretty happy with the round that sort of played out, but a little disheartened in the end as well, just not being able to quite finish that off when they had a good opportunity to sneak around.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's quite a crazy round.
Yeah, you wanna say that's a good round for TYLOO, but they'll be kicking themselves in the fact that they had 3 players low toward the end there. A couple of engagements gone awry for the CT side there, but that's the second time Vitality have gone with that mid to B play. They've kind of, realistically, they're not giving TYLOO a lot of time to set up or even think about what's going to happen. Look at this again. They're just going to blitz on toward that short position. Bentet trying to hold the line will be backed away, but they're not going to pursue it any further. They hold and they slow things down, waiting for the reaction.
Oh, the Zeus. Someone could actually get some work done with this. He Hello. There's a Mac 10. It's not going to be too helpful shooting through the doors like that, but ZywOo shooting through a smoke has no problems at all. Nice to get those kills on the ZywOo as well. We see the AWP, but there's another one for him. Really just farming up a storm right now, isn't he? RPK will finish it. That's a nice 3 rounds to kick things off for Vitality. Now, though, we have to wait and see what TYLOO's got for us, because this will be where we get the buy, and it's somebody that does pick up the AWP, so that's expected, but also we'll see how he goes. I haven't been too impressed lately for TYLOO with the AWPing, so let's see what somebody can do.
Will somebody please step up for TYLOO? And I mean, I hate using... I wish he didn't have the name somebody, because it just confuses me so much sometimes. Like, anyway.
How about nobody?
How about nobody? That sounds good. It looks like Shocks have already found himself in a progressed position in which somebody actually doesn't catch him out. However, that's a nice shot. Attacker manages to shut down ZywOo, so there might have been a chance for a refrag there had it not have been for the valiance of TYLOO.
Yeah, but look at the room that's given to Apex. He snuck his way all the way up long. A little bit afraid, of course, that the AWP could still be in the picture here. Oh, they've both spotted each other. Little duck from somebody. Gets the smoke down now as well to provide himself a little bit more room to play with. This will be rough, though, for Vitality, but... Oh, Alex! Just walks into the angle that Summer is watching. So, this is the problem when you have a numbers deficit on the T side. It's like TYLOO are just able to watch so many angles.
Yep.
And you're not able to trade frag, flash yourself in, whatever. And it sort of just becomes... out of the frying pan into the fire, depending on where you go.
You can see the protocol from TYLOO immediately there. second they get that man advantage, they just sit back and play on the more passive lines, right? Like, look how passive they are. They're happy for players to try and get towards site. You've got two watching long, so the second they make contact on somebody, he'll be able to back away off the initial kill. That's a nice flash, though. Just thrown low enough. That's going to be somebody still stepping up. And it's Apex left in a 1v3. Gets one more.
Oh, man.
Freeman. So low.
If he wasn't dead set on getting that bomb there, Apex, I reckon he might have actually won that aim duel.
I agree.
But probably a bit too close for comfort there for TYLOO.
Yep.
Could have gone through with 4 guns alive, end up only going through with 2.
That from Shox, that is quite a dangerous play. Somebody not expecting him to be that far across on short. He literally just knifed out, completely legged it, not giving them enough time to actually set.
This is a fast way to be from Vitality? No. It's a good thing too, because there's a lot of utility that's been invested there by TYLOO to stop it. Daewoo's a glass cannon AWP right now. Will work his way over to the upper tunnels. Does seem as though this will be a B-site take. Contact play from Vitality. That's worked out nicely. RPK shuts Summer out of the round, and now it's onto Freeman, who instantly meets the same fate as his counterpart on that B bomb site. Bentet will get 1 on the fadeaway, but the bomb site is in control of Team Vitality. That's what they want. With Shox holding the rotations here, it's going to be a tough one for TYLOO.
It's almost, oh, the Kobe though, that's going to give them a glimmer of hope, but Shox coming in from behind should pretty much be able to stamp that out. Oh, attacker just not on the right line. He turns back at exactly the point that Shox pushes through the double door, commits. It's now Alex with the SG in a 1v2. Somebody wasting no time in getting up close and personal with the UMP.
How have they won that round? What a grenade, though, from Bentet. Man.
That saved them, right?
Yeah,
surely.
It did. Literally, the bomb plant was almost down. If that bomb plant goes off and he still gets the kill, it's a totally different round. But because the bomb plant doesn't actually go down, Vitality don't have the time advantage. And TYLOO, well, that's nicely done. Maybe there's a little bit more left in this series than we had given credit to.
I definitely hope so. As much as when we expect it, we don't want it to.
That was like a full HP nade, by the way. ZywOo, no armor at all.
Oh,
he was full HP.
True. Oh, I did not even think about that. That is devastating.
Yep. You couldn't have had a worse person planting the bomb.
That's a feels bad. The problem is he's got the AWP as well. How many times do we see when the player who doesn't have the AWP goes for the plant, they get pushed, and then all of a sudden you can only take the one shot. So
yeah,
it's one of those, isn't it? It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yep, needed the armor. Oh well. See what Vitality can present to us here. They have got some pistols in their hands. They'll be smoked off, though. Nice timing from TYLOO. Good game sense. Well, the utility's coming out from Vitality regardless. They'll make their way out through the smoke. Bentet to answer them. This looks like a fun time for Bentet as well, as you should be able to spray down quite a few. Somebody's getting involved in the mix there as well. And that's an easy round for TYLOO. Back up to 3 apiece, and, well, straight back into the swing of things.
Certainly are, and I think the biggest selling point right now for TYLOO is the fact that they've still got economy left in that bank. Right, this is one thing that was really concerning on Inferno, was the fact that we were constantly seeing SMGs being bought because the rounds were escaping them. They had to make a play. They weren't willing to save. And so they just kept investing, and they could never get a proper grip on that CT economy. And the CT economy can be devastating, especially when up against a team like Vitality, who will just run away with the game if you let them.
Yeah, they might still be able to do that. 6 rounds into the first half. It's gone quite quickly, this game of Dust2. I feel like these rounds have just flown by. Shox will cop a grenade over in the upper tunnels. Not too big of a deal for him. Certainly not as big of a deal as it was for ZywOo, who this round has got a scout. At least he's got some armor, though. Back towards the A site by the looks of things here for Vitality.
Attacker just waiting for that contact from Vitality, but they're not going to show it. Somebody giving the presence that's needed. Here comes the Molotov. The flash will follow it, and that's a lot of damage going in. It's Attacker that just goes directly through the smoke, not really giving them a hell of a lot to play with. Somebody's still on
Oh,
the
it's
site. They need to
spread.
get through it. That's not good at all, Jordan. That's going to be the molly kill down on toward Alex. It's a scout on ZywOo. My God, I've seen this before, and I don't like it.
Shox has B, but the bomb is stuck on A.
Yeah,
Can he make the difference, though? Look at that. He's got info on the player in CT. Spots Freeman as well. Oh, no! That's not what you want to see.
I feel like if he gets that kill, all the attention then goes to CT mid.
Yep.
And ZywOo is at car. Like, he might even be able to walk up ramp there, but that is...
That's unfortunate for Vitality. Definitely could have been a different round.
Timing does not play a factor for Vitality. In fact, it does the exact opposite.
Yep. Well, this is where Vitality now are going to have to sort of take a step back and start respecting TYLOO. They didn't really have any reason to respect them at all on Inferno. TYLOO didn't show us anything. But now TYLOO's won 4 rounds in a row. They've had some solid rounds as well. And so Vitality take that tactical pause and they have to think a little bit about what they want to be doing here in the next couple of rounds. Obviously, this one should be more of a save than anything else. Maybe some pistols and armor invested in for the T side. But definitely want to kind of staunch the flow before it gets a little bit out of hand. TYLOO might start to get on a bit of a roll here on Dust2, and that is a scary prospect indeed.
Definitely is one of the maps that you could tend to favor. So you don't, favor for the Asian scene in general, let alone just for TYLOO itself. So like you're saying, Jordan, you need to squander that nice and early. Look at Summer's position right now. He's just waiting for these contacts. He'll be able to find the first backs away, and I swear I heard a dink there. There we go. Came through a little bit. Delayed RPK. How sharp is that?
You think you hear a dink. There's another one for you. 1 for 1. Not too bad for Vitality. They can't retrieve the weapon, though. It's being ferried back into CT spawn. And now, for Vitality, they're going to start to group up towards middle. They do have a little bit of utility still to work with here, so it's possible, actually, that they go mid to B with the smokes here, and that is going to be a mid to B smoke. So no flashes off the back of it for Vitality just yet, but Alex, he gets the timing right here coming out of this smoke. It could be all over for TYLOO. That's a great shot onto the player at the back of sight. Freeman very low right now and under so much pressure. He's done well, though. Gets Shox and Apex. Alex finally overwhelms him. But that was definitely looking like Vitality were going to steamroll that bomb site. Now, though, it's up for debate. TYLOO 2v1, winnable, though, for Alex.
Yeah, interesting decision from the CT side to double up in tunnels. So Alex is now going to be left to his own device. There's a bit of noise being made from Attacker, so Alex will only expect one here. That might be the audio cue that TYLOO were going for as well. You can see Attacker moving around quite a lot, making a fair bit of noise. Alex, he will expect the first. He can't get the kill, though. Somebody...
Doesn't matter if you're going to have 2 or 1 there.
Popping their heads.
If you've got one guy that just does the job on his own. 5 in a row now for TYLOO. Money will be a lot better for Vitality, though, this round. So that last one, actually works out okay for Vitality. Bomb down, 3 guns, taken away. You'd probably be happy with that in the context of the round. Maybe you would have liked to have won it, but overall, not too bad. This is the round, though, where Vitality kind of needs to take back some control of this game.
Very much agreed. Well, the fact of the matter is, we know that Dust2 generally favours in toward the T side as well. Both of these teams are favoured on their T side. So if TYLOO can get off to a good start, we might actually well and truly be selling a third map here, which will be Vertigo. So don't lose hope just yet.
I would say Shox might have DC'd here. If I had to take a guess as to what this pause was for, it's definitely not a tactical pause. Some sort of technical pause. And Shox has not purchased much. All right. Vitality, what is the name of the game here? What do they need to change up? I feel like they're getting into the bomb sites okay. It's just, at the end of the day, actually, the aim jewels are being won by TYLOO right now.
And that kind of felt like a bit of a problem that we were seeing for TYLOO on the opposite side of things on Inferno. Seeing them have their own set of issues. And now it is about Vitality. We need to put the pressure back onto the European squad now. They are currently you would well and truly expect them to win this series nevertheless. Yep. But for them, I do want to see a statement coming through. There have been some quieter performances from them as of late.
Well, especially in this rough group.
Yeah, it is a rough group. I mean, you've got EG and FaZe taking away the spotlight in that top 5.
Yep.
Australis just surging through like we have seen them done for almost 24 months, it feels.
Yep.
And so this is a good place to start in, especially for IEM Beijing rather. It's a game of milliseconds and pixels, and right now it's favouring TYLOO.
Yeah, so not too long of a pause. That's nice. Shox is back. Back in action, and is Vitality going to be back in action as well? It's 5 rounds in a row here for TYLOO, so Vitality definitely need to stop the flow. And that's a great way to do it.
Certainly is. Oh, the Molotov's not going to be able to stop the initial play, and coming out, it's the flash that actually saves his life. Apex ripping away the life of somebody. Damn. It's still one player toward long. They've actually got a bit of support. Apex is just taking names right now. Summer, he can't hit the shot either.
No, these guys do not stop, do they? Vitality's just literally holding W.
They don't care right now.
They don't. They want to give you that statement, Rob, and I feel like they kind of have there. ZywOo starts off with a shot through the doors, and then Apex just charges out long and kills 2 guys. Like, what is going on here? Vitality are back to play. They are not messing around anymore. Into the bomb site they go. This will be a pretty free bomb plant for ZywOo, and probably a pretty free round now for TYLOO here as well.
They're just going to have to hope that they can save this, but again...
Do you hunt here as Vitality?
I don't think you do. I don't think you've got the economy to play with right now.
RPK seems like he's being just a little bit more passive than you would be if you were trying to hunt. So I don't think they're going for it. They're just waiting to see whether or not TYLOO's going to make a mistake of peeking.
I mean, they can afford 1 rifle being dropped, right? You just don't want to get into the realm where you've got 2 players left. Summer, nicely done to take down Alex, and TYLOO can actually double down now. If RPK doesn't, he does. So that's not even a situation in which we can talk about.
I think Vitality poked the bear a little bit there by taking that peek into mid. Vitality would have probably tried to make something happen, but either way, as soon as they lost that player, they charged forward. They're like, we have to at least get something out of this.
Yeah.
And it does cost TYLOO. It means they're not going to have an AWP.
Yep.
So there is that.
I think that's a responsible gamble from Team Vitality. If you're going to go, you may as well go, right? Like, if you're going to try to stop that AWP from being saved, just...
commit to it.
Yeah.
Don't
be half-assed there and get caught out.
Oh, what cheeky shenanigans have got cooked up now for Vitality. Doesn't look like it's going to be towards B just yet.
Economy, rather than not the economy. Well, the utility economy in that sense is extremely low. You've got 2 smokes and a molly to work with. 2 kits. Not the most promising sign, so Vitality could probably just bait it out here.
Kind of seems like what they're doing at the moment. Just chilling, waiting to see if TYLOO's going to do much. Pop flash goes over. Still, TYLOO holds strong. They're not throwing much. Certainly nothing in towards mid.
Now a little bit more attention being put across towards short. They can take this fight onto Ben Tet. Somebody not in a position to actually find a kill there, but maybe just be more of a nuisance, a thorn in the side. They will start to commit. RPK coming in from lowers as well to ensure that they cut off the rotates. They're going to commit directly onto short here. Somebody tries to take the fight, gets absolutely obliterated by 3 members. Ben Tet misses the initial, in which the proceeding do not really favour.
Oh,
that's nicely done from Summer.
Yeah, very well done indeed. Still, the bomb plant is going to go down, and TYLOO have a numbers disadvantage. Not for long, though. Attacker catches RPK in the back. That was a flank around in mid. Shox will be aware of what's going on. He knows there's someone coming up short. Freeman goes down to Alex, but still, Attacker continues to do damage. I'm not sure there's much chance in this round, though, for TYLOO. Time's just running out a little bit too much, and with that kill from ZywOo, that'll be the nail in the coffin. Attacker, he's like, hey, man, you want to shoot me? Because I'm just going to jump right into your crosshair. Here, have a free kill.
That was probably one of the more stranger things I've seen, Jordan.
Yo.
Literally, it was just like whack-a-mole.
I wonder how high I can jump. Oh, that's how high.
Did. D-E-D, dead.
Dead. Well, 2 in a row there for Vitality. They've really come back into the swing of things once they got through that technical pause.
One thing to note, though, their economy has not.
Well, they might after this round. A couple of Mac 10s. In fact, actually now just the 1 Mac 10 as Shox upgrades to the SG. There was 2 MAC-10s, though, for Vitality, which might not have been the worst decision with what TYLOO's got.
Would have been some free cash money, right?
It is a long-range map, I guess, so...
Don't exactly want to get caught out. Alex's death by 1,000 cuts. The problem is he's open to Bentet just hitting him once with the scout, and that's going to be the end of his poor life. Bentet, however, can't find the angle on it. He'll rotate in. He starts to do a little bit more damage. Now they're starting to get squishy like marshmallows. However,
Whoa.
they won't find anything yet, Jordan.
Could definitely go for a marshmallow. A little bit hungry right now. Maybe ZywOo is too. Alex finishes the last couple off. I think it's Alex that was hungry, if anything. Gets the one with the MAC-10, and that's probably what you want to be seeing if you're Vitality, particularly given you were talking about the economy just before this.
Yep. That's done a 360 for us. And now you see TYLOO in a situation that they are very familiar to, which is barely any utility and barely any money to play with in the next round. I don't believe there's a single kit on the CT side either. It is dire straits for TYLOO at this point.
Dire indeed. Alex doesn't look like he's messing around either. Just charges right out into mid. Oh, what is going on? Vitality. Freeman's just cleaned a couple up. There's nothing there. But look at this. Alex is all the way up to window. How has he gotten there? If he can creep in that window, which he can right now, if he goes right now, he gets a free kill onto Freeman.
What is going on?
But he's not.
So,
what?
Okay, Summer figured it out. I was so confused for a second there.
Oh no, that could have been so much different. Vitality are going to kick themselves when they watch this demo back, but ZywOo might still be able to make the difference with that AWP. Low on HP, Molotov does come through again. It'll force Freeman out just a little bit, but not far enough, and Summer chooses the perfect time to strike. Freeman swings off the back of it as well. It's 6 apiece.
Well, that's definitely a round that TYLOO could have used there, because that money situation was not going to bode well for them toward the end of this half. If they'd lost that round, I feel like all of the other rounds were just going to fall in suit for Vitality.
Yeah. How did he get through there?
I don't even know. Mid to B smoke, was it?
It was, yes, but like,
how did
still,
he sneak so far
he just absolutely sent it.
You got to say that there was an opportunity for the T side to stamp out what TYLOO were doing, and now TYLOO, I wouldn't say back in the driver's seat by any means. The economy is not low for Team Vitality, so could be a slight concern. How many people say Team Vitality?
I don't know. I've just been saying it because it's in the HUD.
Yeah.
And like that's where I instantly look at when I think of what team do I need to say.
Yeah, it's
but
interesting.
I'm not saying TYLOO Lbet. Obviously, I think it's a bit more because I'm a lot more comfortable saying TYLOO. I cast a lot of TYLOO games.
Yes.
This might actually be the first Vitality game I've ever casted.
That's, fair, actually.
So it's just a little bit of that. IEM Sydney 2018, I kept saying the mouse sports, and everyone was very mad at that.
What's wrong with the moose sports?
I don't know.
Oh, geez, shocks.
Careful of your legs.
That's interesting.
Crack.
I feel like surely your legs would almost break at that point, but they're not breaking from a 10-foot drop onto pure and utter tiles and concrete.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hefty jump, wasn't it?
And it was the crunch. And here comes the crunch on to B. The nade will go in toward the tunnels.
Freeman.
However, it's not going to do anything.
He's all over it.
Shut it down. He actually is this time. He has held on quite strong. ZywOo, unlike him, to miss a shot. But oh my God, Vitality.
Yeah, Apex saves him as well. Very well done. Good teamwork from Vitality. Always covering off the angles they need to. This will be round lost for TYLOO. And their money actually is going to be pretty bad going into the final round of the half. So, or the final couple rounds of the half, I should say. This could actually end up going to 9-7. 9-6.
I do think that TYLOO won't be too upset about that. I feel like a 9-6 half on Dust2 isn't the worst. There are worse positions you could be in heading into the T. The T side, that is.
You certainly can't be happy with it either, though.
No. Well, I mean, in the position that TYLOO were in, what, 2-4 and then
yeah, I mean, it's definitely
3-6
and Inferno. Double AWPs out for Vitality, so TYLOO need to be careful on the cross here. Although, both the AWPs are not posted. Apex is going quickly out to long, where he also won't have too much success.
I find it interesting that we're seeing head armor on Attacker, and we're seeing a scout on Bentet.
I mean, they have enough money next round anyway.
But I feel like they don't. I feel like they're always lacking utility.
I guess that is the Asian Counter-Strike way. As long as they can get a gun and armor, it doesn't really matter.
Well, TYLOO are going to bet and gamble on the fact that they are going to be coming long. And rather, Vitality are not really making any firm, concreted decisions.
I don't know that Vitality wants to make any decisions right now because they've kind of invested in this double AWP and gotten nothing from it. So actually taking the bomb sites is not going to be too easy. Double AWP against pistols as well. It's a very weird choice from Vitality.
Well,
Still, this could be the opener that they need. Lots of damage done onto Freeman, Summer, and somebody. Still no kill though. Yeah, but they're getting the information that the B bomb site is clear while we watch all of this eco slaw on the A site. A for Alex, A for Apex. They're the ones that are getting the kills right now.
AAA batteries, eh? Well, Ben Tet's left with a scout and nothing to show for it. 2 players were dropped low, but when you don't finish them, it's not going to be the greatest sign. I just feel like now they're going to be in quite a bit of trouble when they head into this round. Could have used some more util. As long as we see a kit of some description, I won't be too upset. Like you said, double orb setup. They took their time. I like that from ZywOo. They don't commit toward long, even though they were starting to gain a lot of momentum in that specific part of the map. They actually back him around the long rotate, who RPK was already holding. So,
oh well,
wow.
Everything's been thrown all over the place on the map. Apex is so quick out mid. Oh, this could be so dangerous right now for TYLOO. They have no idea that he's there. And that's a very powerful line to be posted on, but he does just back away. Double AWP still here for Vitality. They made it work last round. That was against pistols, though. This time, if they don't get picks going against rifles, might not be so easy to get into these sites.
Well, I like that. You can see the anti-flash for attacker there, or was anyway. Second somebody makes contact, he'll be able to spin around and find the free kill, but they actually back away at the wrong time. It's all gone horribly wrong for TYLOO. The opening 2 frags go the way of the T side, and this should pretty much be the A side. I don't know whether they can actually contest this.
Well, Summer's going to give it a crack. He might get the timing right. He doesn't. Yeah, just punished for it by RPK. If he would have held that for another half second, there could have been a very real possibility that TYLOO comes back into the round, but not anymore. Bentet and somebody, so much work to do. It's a 2v4, double AWP that they have to retake against. Oh, that's not fun. Look at where Shox is.
I feel like Shox is just a nail in the coffin here, because he's stopped all the rotates toward long, unless...
He's the nail in the bum.
That would be quite uncomfortable if I'm being completely honest. Shox has been heard, the damage has been done, and that will be the first half, Jordan.
Yeah, 9-6 at the end of the first half, favouring Vitality. It's obviously not exactly as good as it was on map 1 for Vitality, but certainly is still something to be pretty pleased about. For both sides, I think, sets us up for a nice second half. Don't go too far. We'll be back with that after this. Back to our favorite dragon boat, Rob. It's definitely a cruisy way to get around Beijing. And for Vitality, it's been a pretty cruisy match, I would say so far. But even still, TYLOO is making some ripples in the water. 6 rounds on the first half. Maybe they can do something here.
That's it. Be the pebble, be the rock, maybe just be a flat-out car going into the water at this point.
Maybe be dead in the pistol round and not make too many ripples.
Maybe just give us a heart attack, and yeah, this is not exactly what we were hoping for.
No, it's a bit of a change-up though from Inferno, wasn't it? Because TYLOO won both pistols, and now it's looking like Vitality might win both pistols here on Dust2 as well. To think, I mean, if TYLOO was to win a pistol here, they could well and truly get back into this map. But down 3v5, going to need to hit some great shots.
Jeez.
That is exactly what Vitality is doing, and so there goes TYLOO. Bye-bye.
So one thing that is reigning so true for Vitality at this point on their CT side is their ability to stack.
Yeah.
Like, they just get so much information early on that it doesn't matter even if they stack the wrong side, because they just rotate. You saw there was a player deep in long there that didn't rotate in to take the fights on short until there was 100% 3 players spotted. Like, right then there were 4 players in TYLOO's face as they made it around the elbow.
This is going to be a dead round, by the way. I'm hearing lots of clicks, which means lots of typing, and no one's moving. So I'm not sure what the issue is here. I guess someone might have disconnected on the TYLOO side, because it really seemed like Vitality was all keen beans.
Oh, well and truly ready.
So that looks like it's going to take a little bit of time to sort out.
Maybe not.
Don't want to be giving Vitality a free round. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the armor and the org bullet, and I just had high hopes for us to get straight back into it, but that's not going to happen.
No, it's not, unfortunately. It's been a bit of a bumpy day, hasn't it? But that said, we're getting through these matches pretty quickly, I think, by virtue of the fact that they've been relatively one-sided.
Yes.
This is actually the closest map that we've had so far today.
Yeah,
so it's nice to see, you know. It's nice at least we're getting a little bit of a contest for Vitality and TYLOO. Now, up next is ENCE and Vici. I don't know about that one. That one's a bit of an interesting game, isn't it?
I do feel, I want to say it's easy for ENCE. I do want to say it's easy for ENCE, but at the same time, you cannot count out the Asians team's ability to literally just turn on.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to be so careful of it, because it's not like they're plebs, right? Yeah. Very sharp players, very good players. I think a lot of the time it's teamwork and strats and certain protocols that let them down, but in the long run, they're very good players, and if they have a good tournament, you can find yourself on the receiving end.
Be very interested to watch that one play out. Obviously, we will be doing that on this stream after this game.
Yep.
You're casting that on, Rob. So
Yes.
It's going to be a good one, I think. Very, very interested to see how Vici's going to turn up to that, because they didn't really turn up against Astralis. Yeah, fair enough. You're probably not going to turn up against Astralis. But ENCE is a different ballgame. ENCE is a team that I think Vici could beat on their day.
Yep.
Whether they're having their day or not does remain to be seen. Still have a lot of roster changes to deal with for Vici. Still quite a lot in the back pocket that you would have concerns about. Nonetheless, though, it should be an interesting match. Probably a little bit closer than the couple that we've seen today so far, I'd imagine. Depends on how close this one ends up being, because I may end up eating my words, and this could actually be a close map. But with the pistol round going the way of Vitality, TYLOO now having to probably give up the next couple of rounds. That puts us at what? 11-6?
Yeah, 11-6.
See them coming back from 11-6?
I think, look, I'll be completely honest. Obviously, the promising side of this right now for TYLOO, yes, they've lost the pistol, but they're on T side, right? So the economy isn't as much of a factor in how these rounds progress. Most times you're still going to be able to buy the AK, the armor, the utility. It might be low, but you're still going to be able to do it. So most rounds you're going to have a fighting chance past about the third. Yeah, around the third round. So I think that at this point for TYLOO, I'm not losing faith, and I am glad they're on T side, but just the way that Vitality have been able to manhandle and manipulate, it does look like it's going to favour this European squad.
Yeah, definitely. Before we get too far down that rabbit hole, I will just jump in and say, if you're interested in the FaZe match, at the moment it's looking like it might well be a 2-0 for FaZe over EG. That's on the mainstream, Rob, obviously ESL_CSGO. We're here on the B stream watching Vitality and TYLOO. Now, one thing that we haven't discussed yet is Vitality is now on the CT side. You say you like the fact that TYLOO's on T. I'll give you that. But also, what about double ult from Vitality out on the CT side?
I think there's a lot of things that are going to be playing a factor in TYLOO's demise at this point. The fact that, one, Vitality just have quite a, an immersive setup in which, like you're saying, a double ult setup on
I mean, they were running it on
Dust2.
T.
Yeah.
So you expect they're going to run it on CT as well.
Oh, without a doubt. If you can hold those longer angles with an AWP, and the thing is, with Shox and ZywOo, the way they performed on Inferno, why would you not just give them the AWP and go play? Have fun, guys. You guys are literally destroying right now. Do what you do best. Hold down lines and just demolish them. Like I was saying, the way that not just ZywOo, but the way that Vitality have been playing these CT sides, it's getting late. The CT sides are, I think it's quite impressive. I don't think that TYLOO are given any room to move, any room for mistakes.
Seems like a bit of a departure, though, from what we saw from Astralis. Like, Astralis was literally just running down mid every single fight on the CT side and sort of taking that fight to Vici and sort of steamrolling that way. It's a bit different, though, for Vitality. They're a bit more reserved. They're playing a little bit more slower, more passively, which is not to say that they're playing worse or anything like that. It's just a bit of a different style. TYLOO aren't really getting the opportunity to really play the round out the way they would like, though. That's the issue, is that they're losing those early picks, they're getting wrecked by utility, they're not taking map control quite as well as they would want. Obviously, we don't know about Dust2, we've only seen the one round, but going back and talking about Inferno more so in this discussion, it did look like Vitality was able to get themselves in positions to get those opening picks and really keep the pressure on TYLOO early in the rounds before they could really get the ball rolling.
I definitely think there's a lot of factors that are playing the part. You look at the opening duels, you were saying, Vitality more often than not are coming out on top of that. You look at the damage that's just being done in the engagements. The utility is just not there for TYLOO. It's not as complicated as what we're seeing from Vitality. Vitality use utility very smart. Well, have been using their the utility in quite an intelligent way, in baiting TYLOO to make certain decisions and forcing their hand and showing their cards. It has just been very impressive from Vitality. And like you're saying, it's not like what we saw in the previous match. It is actually, to be honest, it's probably polar opposite from what we saw from Astralis. But at the same time, Astralis, I don't think that they're in a point where they need to stress against teams like this.
But the result may well end up being the same, right? It may end up being a 2-0. It probably looks like a 2-0 at the moment. Obviously, 2 pistol rounds here on Dust2. I guess that makes it fair, right? TYLOO got the 2 pistol rounds on Inferno. Vitality still won pretty convincingly there. I think this one is going to go a little bit long. I think we're probably getting into double digits for TYLOO. They do seem to be warming their way into the series, but unfortunately it just doesn't seem like they're going to have enough legs going into this second half. What it does mean, though, I think, is whoever ends up facing TYLOO later on in this bracket, in this group, I should say, it could get a little bit messy, because this is such a close group with those 3, with FaZe, EG, and Vitality being real good contenders. It's all like the group of death in a way. TYLOO can really play spoiler for one of those teams.
And it's an incredible opportunity to as well. TYLOO have done it before, and I'm sure that they've got the opportunity to do it again. They've got the potential to do it again. But again, we keep going back to talking about, the past 6 months, the past 12 months. 12 months ago, yeah, sure, I would have said to you, if you have TYLOO in your group, no matter what team you are, you're going to be concerned. You're going to have reservations heading into that game, and you have to tread with caution. Right now, I don't think it's exactly that conversation that we used to have. So you don't want to take away from the fact that they are still very good.
No, definitely not. But we are back in the game. I know you guys have been waiting for it. 10-6 right now for Vitality after they just picked up the pistol round in the second half. And we head into round number 2 of this second half. TYLOO with no buy at all. And it seems Vitality might have a bit of a field day here. No real SMGs. I mean, I guess there's the MP5 there, but not a huge amount of SMGs for Vitality. So it's not going to be a bankrolling round, that's for sure.
Oh, RPK not happy to take the close quarter engagement with the Glocks. I mean, still got head armor, but you don't want to risk it, not with 5 players running at you. So many times we see players getting overzealous. They hear the Glocks, they're happy to take the fight. Doesn't really end too well. So, again, you just look at the way that they play. Look at the lines they're holding. Like, they don't need to be aggressive at all.
Yeah, I'd rather see TYLOO actually speed things up a little bit here, because we all know how this round is going to pan out. RPK begins well, and it looks like he's going to finish well here. As he does get all 4. Alex stole one of them, but 11-6, that's pretty straightforward from Vitality. Get that round out of the way, I think, as TYLOO. So we're up 11-6 now. Buy to come through from TYLOO. Did I just see a scout purchase? Or am I going crazy?
On
I
which
think
side?
I am. For TYLOO.
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it looks like you're going crazy. The economy doesn't show for a scout, that's for sure. That's all right. We all go a little bit cuckoo. We'll put a bit of attention out toward long. ZywOo manages to catch Bentet. The flash just coming in too little too late to save. And they're going to go ahead and put pressure on the other pressure point as well, which is going to be Short. Alex is not going to be able to make his way across the corner as they make their way through the elbow of Short onto site. It's now swarmed by TYLOO.
Yeah, this is actually going to be pretty rough for Vitality. If not, though, if they keep hitting shots such as this. RPK is a madman and finally gets shut down by Freeman, who was on long, but that's a pretty straightforward trade for Shox. What a round. RPK just obliterates TYLOO.
I mean, if Shox falls there, Apex only had an MP5. You can slap that bad boy as much as you want, but I'm not going to favor you in a duel against an SG. So luckily enough, Shox is good enough to get it done. That's a nice smooth. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Straight around the ball. You're a big soccer fan, aren't you?
I am quite the football
So
fananza.
no bias there at all.
None at all. That's a nice lantern. You happy?
It is a nice lantern, actually. I would have that in my house. Tyler going to buy in again. And
Oh no! Oh my god! Jeez.
Luckily, it was only the Mac 10.
But it was Bentet. We can probably counter-argue for days on that one. ZywOo literally just boldly peeks into ward mid and then re-aggresses to try and take the fight on the player who was up in the cubby as well. Team Vitality showing very strong signs right now.
Shox is chilling. Got Apex there to back him up as well. If contact comes into play, we might see a scout. Oh, it's actually the flash through here from Shox. Apex gets fully flashed by his teammate. And then Freeman kills Shox. ZywOo's there to save the day. Can he do much more than that? No, yes, well, it's RPK. Gosh, what a round again. It's just insane. Shenanigans. Vitality come away with it, though.
That's a very, very good way to put it.
Yep.
Shenanigans.
Bonkers.
Just
Bananas.
off the rails. I feel like we're really confusing the international viewers right now.
Surely everyone knows what a shenanigan is.
Oh, shenanigan, yeah.
I think that's a universal.
I can definitely agree with that one. Don't agree with you on a lot, Jordan, but that'll agree with you on.
Alright, I see how it is. ZywOo definitely wants to take this challenge, and I think he actually connected. Alex, yeah, he just charges on up. Team Vitality, they don't care anymore. They want to get this one over and done with. And I think that's fair enough.
Talk about, like, giving TYLOO respect and giving them the benefit of the doubt, playing slow, playing passive, playing reserved, anything but on this CT side. My golly gosh, they're not interested in letting TYLOO have even a touch of oxygen. I don't know what I was going for there, but you got touch of oxygen.
Yeah, great. Yep. That was pretty good.
Nice.
Well, TYLOO's going to slow the round down. I mean, I guess you can argue they're looking for damage at this point. Would be somewhat relevant if they can get a few guns out here, if they end up winning some rounds. But if they don't win any rounds, then it doesn't really matter. Vitality's going to be able to buy out. Are we up to 14-6? And I just don't see TYLOO coming back from that. I mean, I asked you, do you see them coming back from 11-6? And we're already a bit hesitant at that point. Now at 14-6, you just really have to double down and say, yeah, look, that's just not happening.
I mean, this is dreadful. That's a very game... Oh, no, I wanted him to get a little bit closer there. I was really hoping...
Honestly, knife them.
I honestly hoped for it because there was one with the scouts, so there's actually a chance you could double... I mean, like, I'm just clutching at straws at this point.
Could probably.
There is a
Why
there is a
not?
world.
I guess
There's a world.
You don't want to throw it around just in case. Well, double op still here for Vitality. So TYLOO have some head scratching.
To be honest, I just think he wanted the kills. I think ZywOo had seen them and it was going to be all over Red Rover. At this point, it literally feels like stat padding for them. Or padding the stats. That's a deep nade that I thought caught onto somebody, but he's on the other side of the wall, so he's safe and sound. For now.
For now. Ooh. Ooh.
See you later.
Maybe I should just get a soundboard that I can press.
I feel like at this
Ooh.
point it's
Ooh.
probably worth
Ooh.
it. Well,
Ooh.
somebody actually
Ooh.
takes down RPK, so that's a big ooh. That is now an opportunity for him to try and take these fights. Is he going to go through this smoke? Surely we're not about to see that. He is getting absolutely obliterated into towards on there. Oh no, it's going to be Alex that pushes through the smoke, you cheeky little beggar. That's going to be Apex as well, holding the line with ZywOo, who still manages to stay alive somehow. Alex takes down somebody. Jordan, what is going on? There's a player on the B site.
Shenanigans is what's going on. Someone says, hey boys, come back to B. Well, if they do that, Shox is waiting. Right here. So that's the end of Attacker. Bentet spotted there as well by Alex. Bomb dropped now on the A site. And for all the work that Summer did, it is going to be 4 noughts. Shox is so low. Don't do it, Summer. No! I can't believe he's done that. Why has he done that? What a rude dude.
I really feel like Vitality are just bullying TYLOO right now.
Yeah.
There's not too much to really break down with this one. TYLOO just aren't getting anything rolling in the second half. It was 9-6. It's the closest half we've had in 4 maps of gameplay.
It's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And then the second half is like this. 6 in a row for Vitality. Looks to be 7 as well. Decent buy through for TYLOO at least, but just can't seem to get anything rolling here in the second half.
I want to say just better on the day, but I feel like just better in period's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah. I mean, with that said, TYLOO, if they would have showed up today, I think could have given a pretty good challenge to Vitality. It's just that they haven't.
But they're not out of it just yet, so.
Oh well, maybe, maybe not.
Come on, mate. You got to play the devil's advocate here.
You can make yourself look a fool.
Okay, Mr. T.
Tell you what, you give me $1 if Vitality wins, and I'll give you $100 if TYLOO wins. How about that?
Sounds like a good bet to me. I'm a say that's a safe one for me. Every day of the week.
Yeah, $300.
Well, somebody, please, for the love of God, come through and just rip off heads right now.
A lot of heads. It's going to have to be a lot of heads.
Yeah, it's going to have to be quite a lot of attention.
Yeah, Shox is on 2 HP. RPK cops a couple of stray bullets through the bedroom doors there as well. But he gets back across. Oh, and ZywOo.
God.
This could be actually pretty dangerous. He misses the shot, though, and RPK has some work. If he had a little bit more HP there, he might have got something done, though. ZywOo continues to peek the corner, and he is just decimating TYLOO out of the server. See you later. And that is going to be that. ZywOo finishes it off with a 4K. You owe me $1, Rob. 16-6 for Vitality, though. And they progress on forward a 2-0. And what a way to finish that map.
There's no such thing as a safe bet when you've got ZywOo and